I need you to pay attention for this one. This one is a game changer. When I learned this, I was about 18 years old. I learned about the 5 steps of communication. The result of understanding these 5 steps is better communication in your life. And I'm a stark believer that the quality of your life is related to the quality of your communication. I mean, you must have heard from any counselor or therapist, what's the #1 problem in relationships? They're not communicating well. Ineffective communication, poor communication. So these 5 steps, when I learned them, the quality of my communication in my life has increased, and hopefully it will continue to increase because I'm no expert either. I'm no master at it. So the 5 steps of communication. And for the sake of this video, we're talking about a dialogue, 2 people communicating. Step 1. Step 1 is person A forming the thought in their head, which will then be communicated. Step 2. Step 2 is person A delivering the message, whether it's in writing, whether it's verbally, however it may be. Step 2 is that person delivering the message. Step 3. Step 3 is crucial. Step 3 is the medium through which the message is delivered and the noise and distortion that comes about as a result. For example, right now I'm dealing with this fountain behind me. I'm loving this fountain behind me. But basically, if person A was on one side of the fountain and person B was on the other side of the fountain, that message would have to audibly travel through the sound of the water and the sound of the people and the sound of the helicopters and the sound of the train. And that noise can often warp or distort or transform the message. And step 4. Step 4 is person B receiving the message. How do they hear it? How good is their hearing? The process of them collecting and receiving the information. And lastly, step 5. And step 5, which is also really important, is person B processing the message. A lot of times, there may be a glitch in step 1 with the person forming their thought. Maybe there's a flaw in the logic. Maybe there's a flaw in the rationality. Maybe it's an issue with their perspective. What if they're under the influence of a substance at the moment they're forming that thought? That could already alter the next following 4 steps. Step 2, again, they could be chewing something while they're speaking and be misheard. There's a lot of issues that can go wrong with them actually delivering the message. Typos in text messages, right? They can misspell something. Step 3 is huge because sometimes you have a bad signal via cell phone. You know, English is a funny language. Sometimes words mean different things. Sometimes context matters. Sometimes on a text message, sarcasm doesn't communicate. A lot can mess up communication just at step 3. And then step 4, again, what is the state of mind of the person receiving the message? Are they distracted? Are they following up with an email while listening to the person speaking? Are they present as a listener? How attentive are they? And step 5, again, in terms of them processing the message, are they thinking about what happened yesterday or what's going to happen tomorrow? Or are they really present to pay attention to what's coming in? How effectively is that being done? Now, why is this important? Communication isn't as simple as when you said that, you did this to me. It's this crazy process of 5 moving parts, 5 dynamic parts. And for effective communication, those 5 steps have to kind of align. They have to synchronize to have more efficient or more effective communication. So if someone says something that offends you, take a minute and think about the 5 steps. Before we just automatically point and blame, think about what else could have occurred during that process. Also, be accountable to your part of the communication. We can't really control the other side. Be mindful of how it is you are taking in a message or how it is you are delivering a message. Are you being diplomatic? Are you being tactful? Are you being considerate? Are you being compassionate? And also, are you listening compassionately? Are you listening sincerely? When you understand these 5 steps of communication, you're less quick to judge someone for being a bad listener. You're less quick to judge someone for being a bad communicator because you understand it's not a process dependent on one person. These steps, if you're communicating well with your coworkers, your loved ones, with your friends, with your family, even with strangers, I feel that you will actually be a happier person. You'll actually live a more fulfilling life. You will have more meaning in your life when the quality of your communication raises up. But the awareness and the understanding of these 5 steps will drastically improve the rest of it.